Zurdo Ramirez entertained a face-off with Jake Paul. After both of their wins last night, Zurdo Ramirez actually entertained this. And in my opinion, I'm actually getting the impression that he actually wants to take this fight against Jake Paul. He's going to duck Jai Opetaia in the unification fight and fight Jake Paul instead. Honestly, I have a feeling he actually wants to push for this fight. And I really hope that I'm wrong and that we actually see Zurdo and Jai go at it. But honestly, I am worried. I'm really, really, really worried. Zurdo Ramirez, the fact that he fought on Jake Paul's promotion, Most Valuable Promotions, the fact he fought on it, it's like, is he going to start thinking, oh, I owe Jake Paul a favor. He got me a big payday here. I might owe him a favor. And look at the money that he can bring to the table. Look at the attention. I have a bad feeling Zurdo is just going to do it. I have a feeling he's going to do it. The fact he entertained a face-off with Jake Paul. Jake Paul looked absolutely terrified of him. Surely Jake's not going to do this either, though. Surely Jake's not going to do it. But I feel like it's really bad for boxing that we've got a world champion actually entertaining this. It's shocking stuff. In Jake Paul's post-fight interview as well, after beating Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., it was embarrassing. He was like, right then, guys, I call out Zurdo Ramirez. He looked slow as shit tonight. Then he was there bloody calling out Anthony Joshua, Badu Jack. And then he's like, oh, I also want Javonte Davis as well. He's like, wait. And then he's like, Tommy Fury, stop running. What are you doing with these call-outs? It's all completely different names. But then the face-off with Zurdo Ramirez in the post-fight press conference, it's worrying to see. It is worrying to see both of them fighting on the same card. Jake Paul apparently might be getting ranked as well in the WBC or like WBA rankings, something like that. They're pushing to try and make a Jake Paul world title fight. That is what is being pushed for. The sanctioning bodies are trying to actually push for this as well. They want to make Jake Paul versus Zurdo Ramirez at cruiserweight. This is what they want to do. And I don't know. I mean, does Jake Paul really want it? I mean, he wanted to try and get the Canelo fight in, and that was basically done. He probably, I don't know. He probably is going to want to get this fight because it's going to get him attention. Then, it's like he can just say, oh, I got knocked out by a world champion, whatever, on to the next one. But, yeah, honestly, I don't know if it's one like last career thing or for Jake Paul just to brag and say that he fought for a world title. I mean, honestly, he's got a 0% chance of winning the fight. I'm not worried about that. But the fact it's being entertained with these sanctioning bodies wanting to do this. And with Zurdo Ramirez saying, oh, yeah, let's do a face-off, Jake. I might even entertain this down the line. And in the pre-fight press conference that they did as well, Zurdo even said a few months ago, he wouldn't mind fighting Jake Paul. He said, yeah, possibly in the future. What if this happens next? What if he gets offered a massive payday here? Pride goes out the window, doesn't want to go after the Jai fight that the fans are bloody craving for right now, doesn't do that, and then he bloody fights Jake Paul. This can't happen. I mean, look, Jake Paul, I've always said that he's a fantastic businessman, but he's an awful boxer who doesn't deserve this opportunity. Doesn't deserve this opportunity just because he's got a name. You've got these guys, who are trying to work their way up in boxing, trying to do something with their careers. And you've got Jake Paul just being handed a free title shot. Why? It's unfair. It is unfair. Again, he's a good businessman. That's why he's in the situations he's in. But it's unfair. Because Jake Paul didn't build his way up in boxing. He built his way up through YouTube. And that's basically why now he might even have a shot of fighting Zurdo Ramirez. I think Jake Paul just needs to go for these I just feel like just fight another Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. That's just what I feel like he needs to do. Just fight another Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. kind of guy. You know, a big fight. It's gonna get people wanting to watch it. Even though it would be painful to watch again, but none of us seem to learn. I mean, you know, if this fight with Zurdo Ramirez for Jake Paul happens, then I'm pretty sure it's going to sell a lot because people know Jake Paul stands zero chance, and I mean zero chance in this fight. He probably bloody has a less than a 0% chance as well. Jake Paul, honestly, against Zurdo Ramirez. Yeah, I feel like it's a disgrace that Jake Paul's name is being put in the same conversation as Zurdo Ramirez. And the commentators last night after the fight as well were doing my absolute head in. You know, you've got Chris Mannix on commentary. He does my head in every single time. He's always just got to be saying something ridiculously inconvenient. He's there like, oh, could we stick him in with some of the big names now? What are you watching? And the arse licking they were doing throughout the fight to Jake Paul was absolutely unbelievable, to be honest with you, from Chris Mannix. Shocking stuff, to be real. But, yeah, we can't do anything about it now. We can't do anything about it. But I'm not going to be surprised if we hear news that Zurdo Ramirez versus Jake Paul is going to be in negotiations soon. Like, I actually won't be surprised. Sanctioning bodies want it. I actually think Jake Paul wants it. I don't know. Possibly after he might have wanted it before the face-off. Possibly after the face-off where he looked absolutely terrified. Jake Paul did. He might not actually want it, but I don't know. I don't know. There might be some other fight he goes for. I mean, Jesus Christ, that if Tank beat Lamont Roach, then Jake Paul versus Tank would have happened in an exhibition. Look at all this nonsense Jake Paul's pulling off right now. It's only a matter of time till he's just fluking his way into getting a world title shot against someone like Zurdo. And yeah, Zurdo's an absolute disgrace if he takes the fight. Fight Jai. Simple as that, really. But I can't trust him. I can't trust him at all. With how he's been acting, what Zurdo's been saying, I just can't trust it at all. But yeah, we'll probably go out the window. I don't know.